drink.
All right, cool. We're back.
All right.
Okay, so just to kind of like wrap this up, I kind of forgot what I was going with.
We were talking about the hotel and how it was starting to kind of get run down.
Like for apocalypse.
Yeah, and I made the comment about it being like, is it for POC bad, or is it better, or is it worse?
And the last thing you said was, the thing is...
Well, I was talking about our faulty, like, multi-power stick things. Because I had my laptop plugged into one power strip, then plugged into another power strip. Neither power strips were ever actually
Which one's
on.
yours? Which...
This one.
Is
Just
one?
neither of them were turned on.
Is one of these yours?
Oh, this one's mine.
Okay.
I wonder how we can...
Well, I guess I could
share. So actually, here, wait, here, I'm gonna...
I could probably kind of go back, right?
Replay?
I'm just going to just do this.
Quick recap.
So kind of a quick recap. So, which I guess I can talk about the craziness that happened Sunday night after the hotel.
Yes.
So when we got to the hotel room, it was nice and orderly. However, there was stains all over the place.
Stains?
Like what kind of stains?
Just stains on the wall, the ceiling, the bed sheets. The bathroom towels were clean. Everything else was neat and tidy as it was, but whatever happened to their bed sheets had so much staining in them.
Is there like something wrong with their cleaner?
I have no idea, but it looked like another furcon had been through it.
Ooh.
And there was stuff on the ceiling.
Oh no! Like mold? Or...
No. Actually, it was not actually mold. Stuff like spots.
Did you have pictures?
I didn't think about taking
you always take pictures, man. Especially because the reason I said that is because with FurPoc, that hotel had gone through so many different like owners and like businesses that their last FurPoc event at the hotel.
This is the first time I have touched your ass in a long time.
It was so bad.
There you go.
They actually had like boarded up certain rooms.
I'm not trying to like. There we go.
They boarded up certain rooms to make it look like a different room. Their toilets had no lids, that they were using cardboard and then spray painted white. And mold growing there's like, I think if I can ask Paradox for it, he probably has like the archive somewhere. They took a before and after picture of what the pool looked like, because they tried advertising. It was like, oh, this is the cleanest pool ever. There's like algae growing in the pool.
No way.
It's indoors. And it was growing inside.
Now,
nobody's taking care of that.
There were mushrooms growing out of from growing outwards from the carpet. You could actually see mushrooms sprouting.
Oh, that's awful.
And
we're like, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Can everyone hear me?
I don't know. It's moving it.
Okay. I think it shifted.
There we go.
No, it's just easy to slide.
So, the Anthro Ohio Hotel and Convention Center. Yes, they can still hear us. So this thing actually picks up quite well.
Yeah, it does.
So we can just kind of leave it there. The convention space, clean as can be. There was no problems there. Bathrooms, all well kept and whatnot. Not a problem. There was one elevator down, but that was, on par for the course for any FurCon that you're going to have an elevator that's not going to work somehow, somewhere.
So what happened Sunday?
Well, no, I'm not going to talk about that just yet. I just want to talk about just kind of wrapping up about the hotel situation, where it seems like FurPoc was a total dumpster fire that the hotel just literally gave itself up. The Anthro Ohio Hotel is amazing. It's pretty. It's well kept. The only thing that seemed to be unkept are all the individual rooms, because it seems like everyone's got some small little spots here and there. Nothing major, but if you focus on something long enough, you're like, oh, looks like someone threw a bunch of pizzas at the ceiling. And they never bothered to clean the leftover sauce on it.
So you're saying that their housekeeping staff
sucks.
Leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah. I mean, the rest of the hotel and convention center was otherwise, clean and whatnot. It's just the hotel rooms themselves could have been on a better level, but I'm rarely in the hotel room anyway. But it was something that I've noticed for the first time, that I've never stayed at a con hotel where their bathrooms were just not 100%. I would say it's about 90%. So it wasn't bad, but oh wow, there was a lot of spots that were like, this is quite questionable. Okay, so had a good time at Anthro, Ohio overall until Sunday night.
Oh no.
There I am fursuiting with a bunch of other locals and friends. And
Where exactly were you?
we were in the front part of the hotel
Okay.
near the bar area. And then all of a sudden there was a commotion. So what had started off was this one lady who seemed to have been drunk. That seemed to be the only thing she was on at that point that we know of. Had asked one furry at the bar, if he wanted to get some puss.
She did?
Oh my god.
But then the furry is like, no.
Who
Then-
was this person in fursuit?
No.
Okay.
No. Most of all these people at the bar are not in fursuit, except for two
You.
people.
You.
Well, I was furthest away, so I wasn't even part of the bar area whatsoever. I was just
You were just
overlooking it.
you were just listening to this conver.
Okay.
But this one furry is like, no. So she says, "Oh, what? Are you racist?" Then he just ended up saying, "No, I'm just gay." So then she started going off on him for that. Then suddenly, she started lunging towards a horse fursuiter by trying to take the head and trying to claim it as her own. Then she's saying that she gave birth to it and she raised it.
Wait,
She's got documentation.
to the fursuit head?
Yeah. Not
She has to be on
the horse.
something.
The horse.
she was definitely on some other substance beyond just alcohol.
Maybe crack.
I don't know. It could have been because she kept this up for 45, 50 minutes.
Maybe she thought she was being funny.
Oh no.
No.
But she was so
She
wasted
was-
that
She was loud as she possibly can, yelling and trying to have an argument. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad, but we all watched. So,
we all watched.
well, we all watched because it was the only, like, Anthro, Ohio, after closing ceremonies, pretty much just disappeared. Like, besides the Dead Dog rave, after 8 p.m., after it ended, there was nothing left afterwards. The AV team wanted to pack up right away. So the rave only ended until 8 p.m. The only thing that was going on was karaoke, and that went up till midnight. Actually, they closed early. They stopped at around 11:30. So this started around 10:45 at night. And this lady was in a screaming, shouting match with everyone, trying to get up in their face, threatening to kill people
Jesus.
over this fursuit head, which she wanted to steal and walk away. And people were trying to defuse the situation. Con security staff got involved, but they just simply contained the issue. Then
They should have probably got like law enforcement.
oh,
involved.
they did. Apparently, at the time in Columbus, there was a murder going on that same evening. So every single law enforcement on hand was at the scene of this.
Sounds like FWA.
So it took them nearly an hour from the first call to them actually showing up to contain the situation. And at that point, things were very much contained. They just put her into the squad car. It didn't take very long to put her in there. So what had happened was they were trying to cat snack.
What?
Cat snack.
Cat snap.
Yeah.
They were trying to.
They were trying to get her away from the bar area where this poor fursuiter is being berated by not about hours, just by someone shouting at the top of their lungs and screaming and defaming and a lot of obscenities, a lot of N words, which
Oh boy.
which we were all like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Wait, from the lady
From
or
From this lady, yeah.
From her,
Okay.
not
So
from
she-
anybody else.
No, not from anyone else. But it was just this one lady that was just throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. And eventually they got her between the double doors of the front hotel, the sliding doors. Then she decided to take a swing at one of the con security guards,
Oh,
and he decked her. And at that point, his military training kicked in to the point that he acted like a
Sergeant.
drill sergeant and was literally the loudest thing on the planet at that very moment,
yeah.
trying to shut her up and to tell her to stop. So much so, because I knew she was definitely on something strong. She never stopped talking.
Oh,
When she even got decked, her mouth kept going.
I don't think alcohol could do that.
No. She kept going. She didn't stop. It's like, whoa. So she got pinned down by him for the time being and this and that. And
When you say pinned down, you mean like he was like on top of her.
she was laying on her side, on her right side, and he was pinned down on her on the vertical. So she was only on her side the entire time. And he was telling her, hey, you got to stop. And you know what con security do?
He didn't do the knife hand thing at all, did he?
Knife hand thing?
Yeah, you know
doing
the
this? Actually, before she smacked him and before he decked her, yes. Because he was yelling at her before, but he was still using his indoor voice. Then when he got punched and then decked her, he went full, like, instead of like turning up to 11, he went to 13. He went a few octaves higher. That, he was definitely going to throw out his voice doing that.
Yeah.
Then suddenly out from the pool were 15 kids and 2 other adults trying to get into a Dodge Charger and trying to fit 15 kids and 2 adults into one car that was driven by someone else. So there are 3 adults and 15 kids trying to get into a medium-sized car.
Was this an Uber driver?
No, this is someone that they knew.
Oh.
The nighttime building manager evicted them. Police had arrived and she was booked. When the police had asked the guy who got hit and who detained her, said, you want to press charges? And he said, no. She's already into a lot of trouble as it is. I don't need to see her be in more trouble than she needs to be.
Wow.
So
She lucked out.
she lucked out, which
Well,
I'm sure she's still
Not really.
I mean, that's the thing.
You're
too.
still booked.
Yeah.
She's probably gonna face like public or not indecency, but public intoxication charges, depending on how Ohio handles that.
and civil disturbance.
Yeah.
Well, she should have been charged as well.
But she couldn't have been charged for assault, which that would have been
Should
bad.
have been.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he's like, no. I'm not going to press any charges. She's clearly not right in her mind right now.
She's not well.
She's not well, and she'd be much worse off if I did that. So
More than anything else, I think he was almost protecting himself from having to like go to court and
yeah, I think at that point,
testify against her. And
Well, not only that, but she didn't really do anything to him other than
Right.
try and take a swing
'Cause-
at him.
pressing charges makes it a personal, like, it's like a personal thing. So he just wanted to stay out of it.
right, which I applaud him for.
Make it just her versus the state, or her versus the city.
Yeah.
So once the 15 kids and 3 adults realized they couldn't fit in the small car because they were all the same party. What was going on? Apparently there was a room being booked right next to the room where all the con security are staying in, where they have 3 adults and 15 kids staying in one room, as far as I know, which is
15
insane.
kids.
They came out of the pool, tried to get into car too small.
Didn't you
Came
say
back
they tried to
inside.
do something?
Then, while this was happening, one other con staff took off his fursuit hat and paws, put him on a table from some obscure angle that he can't see, that only me and one other person were kind of like looking at it. And one of the kids tried to take it, and try to run with it.
Take a fursuit head.
Yep.
Yep.
And one other fursuiter who's also not con security, but is a staffer for AO, ran after them and was able to manage to grab the head and the hand paws. And I became guard Hoosk, and I guarded the head of a really, really, really cute fox. He was very cute and blue. Very, very cute.
I don't blame like fursuit owners,
Yeah.
like actually chipping all of their stuff now. Some people have gotten so paranoid about it, like, and understandably. I mean,
Yeah.
you just had one guy move to Colorado and had all 5 of his suits and camera equipment stolen.
Blue and cute.
Where was he at when this happened?
He stopped
Texas,
at
no,
he was in-
Oklahoma.
it was either Texas or Oklahoma. He stopped.
At a hotel that was notorious for break-ins.
Yeah, he locked his stuff, or he went to his hotel, realized he should probably lock his stuff. When he came back, everything was gone,
No, I think they smashed his window
or something like that.
The hotel room window?
No, his
No,
car
his car.
window.
Oh, it was in his
So,
car.
well, on top of that,
And he-
they also took the deposit that he had for the new property that he was going to move to. So
Which
Ah.
he had no money either to pay for it. So he was just devastated. I remember that, like, circulating Twitter
No.
everywhere.
I don't know if I would have done the same things he would have done, but if that much money was sitting in my car, I don't think I'd want to leave money in the car where I'm not going to be.
Or fursuit. If you're staying in a hotel, the most expensive stuff should be in there with you.
Hello,
but
super.
that in fairness, he did carry a lot of shit. Like, it wasn't
You said
just
how
like
many fursuits?
5 fursuits, and on top of that, all of his camera equipment.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be judgmental for 1 second. One person, 5 fursuits. I'm just saying, that's a lot of fursuits for one person.
Well, he's probably like had them for a long time.
Sure.
He's had some of them for many years up to that point.
Because the one
But
that
again, 5 fursuits.
he probably, like, I honestly don't know the
From
quality
pretty,
though.
all from pretty decent builders, or
I
we
don't know. I only know of the one which was from what's it called? Waggery Costumes.
Oh well, that's $5,000 right there.
Well, that's his
4 or
primary one.
5K.
He had that one, I think, on him, but the other ones were like kind of like gone. He got them all eventually. I don't know if he got everything back, but he got a good sum of it back.
Did he get his heads back?
Yeah, he got all of his stuff back.
See, to me, if I got my bodysuit stolen from me, but if I got the head back, I could still go off on that. I could still get another bodysuit made and still keep going.
Yeah. With me, it would be kind of, I don't want to say blessing, but it would give me like the go ahead to get
An upgrade.
Well, yeah, I've been wanting to do a what's yours called?
Husky. Oh, digigrade.
Digigrade.
I want to upgrade to a digigrade. I want to make it interchangeable so that I can have like 3 different types of species heads and 3 different types of species tails.
And
So
probably feet.
Well, feet as well.
Because I know that you wanted
feet
to do a
headless.
deer at one point.
I wanted to do a deer, so hooves.
Hooves.
I wanted to do a bun.
Aw, bun.
Yep.
Aw, bun.
And I want to do a husky.
I think the husky one's going to be the nicer.
Yeah.
Because curl.
Yeah.
So that happened Sunday night. That was insane. I haven't seen that kind of insanity at a con in 9 years since the gentleman smashing all the light fixtures in the hallway sort of thing, which that was at my floor at IFC in 2013. So that was interesting. Cat is doing a boozing. So that is Anthro in review. That was the insanity of Sunday night. At least a good rundown of what was kind of going on. Like all of con ops, security, and staff were on the scene after she got booked.
I'm sure.
Even Alkali was up to take statements and such like that from people actually involved. Getting contact information if they wanted to go for charges or something like that, which There was one, the fursuiter I think was a bit shooken up by it because she was at the center of it, which I don't think she should have.
Yeah.
But then again, when you're on just booze and some other substance, you do some stupid stuff, which is another reason why don't drink too much and don't do illegal substances that is going to make you turn into a monster. So anyway, so there's that. So there's Anthrohio. There's something that I want to do that I've noticed that I want to get more into fursuiting, but I also want to do panels whenever I want to, but I also want to run panels whenever I want to. And I've decided from future cons after IFC, I want to run all my panels on a Friday. That way I get all my panels done all on one day. Then I have Saturday and Sunday and Thursday to enjoy the entire convention, fursuit and be fuzzy doggo and such like that. And Friday would be the one busy day where it's like, okay, all right, I can be busy running panels and such, can do other stuff between that time as well. But I want to experiment with running every single panel of mine on a Friday just to get it done. I don't know. I like the idea of spreading them throughout the time of the convention, but I want to get more time for shooting out of a convention. So I don't know. It's something I want to play around with.
I'm just trying to see what they said. I should probably pull that up on a second tab.
So I guess we can shelve Anthrohio aside.
Yeah.
I went to FWA.
Oh, okay. So how about So let's actually do another one. FWA in review.
So that was earlier this month, around the Cinco de Mayo weekend. I have never been that far south before, so it was not only the first time at that con, but also the first time down that south.
It's a bear ball.
What is it?
It's wine mixed with almond chocolate milk.
No, not for me.
It looks like bear balls.
I don't know what to think about that anymore. Oh my goodness! Wait, I got to see this.
I think you showed me this.
It looks like French onion soup. Alcoholic.
Ew.
It's bear balls.
Wait.
I
Is
can
it the
smell
balls
it.
themselves? The
Yeah.
jizz from the balls, or the
No,
hair from the
it's
balls?
the ball itself.
Shredded and
No,
mixed
just like
in.
put into liquid, hanging out. Then your balls hang out. Then your bear balls hang out.
Oh no! They're always contained.
Go on.
So, it was an experience, FWA. I'd certainly go back again. If I'm perfectly honest, I kind of hope that one kind of blows up compared to
Like gets bigger.
Yeah. No, I meant blow up the building. No, of course not. No, I want it.
Blows up.
No,
It's blown
I-
to pieces.
I want it to do like surpass MFF at this point. Not only because they actually use the entire venue space, but it's bigger and definitely more adult friendly. They had like an entire, like, I think, what was it, the first night they actually had a moonlight hour and moonlight festival. No cameras, nothing was really allowed, sort of deal.
For the entire convention space?
No, for the main events, and it's not as big, like, in terms of size compared to like MFFs, but they had people circulating out of there. And even with those hours not being around, you still had people walking around in latex there. So
is it kind of like a fursuit menagerie, but with after dark sort of?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's actually
I
cool.
want to be a part of that.
You should go. Next year.
I will be puppy. Actually, by then I'll have Credan Petsu.
There were a lot of pet
waiting for
suits.
that?
Yeah.
There were a lot of pet suits there.
I'll have like my custom fursuit pet suit.
But
there was one pet suit at Anthrohio during the middle of the day, but that was about it.
And then let's see. I ran into an artist that not only got me into the fandom, but I hadn't seen in 5 years.
Oh wow.
Because the last time we actually saw each other in person was MFF the first time I went, and I was only there for a day.
Where are they based out of?
They're from Tennessee.
Okay.
I don't know if they were staff this past year, but typically they're like on staff for Method Furmeet. They've even done a couple of the art pieces like for their promotions, like promotional material. But I hadn't seen them in a while. We got some physical copies of some art that I commissioned a while back, handed to me. We went to a couple panels. We talked a bit.
Nice.
Let's see what else happened. Well, much like with your experience in Hio, we also had police visit our building.
Do tell.
Because what happened was less than a block away from where the hotel was. This is in Atlanta. There was a shooting right by a gentleman's club.
Of course.
And, well...
Those are my boobs!
Well, so this is where it gets even more weird. From what I could recall, both of these guys were both bad people shooting at each other, but one recognized them for doing something far worse. Like, apparently he was not only a convict, but he also had raped somebody.
Oh.
There's good for both sides.
Oh, well...
They're both good people. They're both good people.
But we were on the, I think, our hotel room was on the 27th floor. We heard gunshots all the way from up there. We could actually, like, feel the window.
On what floor?
From the 27th floor.
God.
It's a big hotel.
Yeah, I know. I hate all the photos of people show of like shooting from like
from the lobby.
Yeah,
upwards.
I can't. I fucking can't.
You don't like that visually, or you don't like the fact that it's that tall?
It gives me anxiety.
Yeah, looking down gave me anxiety.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to have my phone this close to the edge.
Exactly.
We saw it happen. We saw somebody's phone drop from one of the floors. I don't know how far.
It had to shatter. To shatter.
I don't know how far it was. I just saw like a cue was like, oh, that's got to be somebody's phone. Oh shit. But
they were able to crack open a window.
No, these windows were not openable.
Okay,
they wouldn't be.
I got worried for a moment.
No.
Plus they shot open a window.
Yeah, probably.
I want air.
I had maybe one roommate that I kind of didn't really like, to be honest.
That you would have opened the window on?
No, but like we had a sort of weird room experience. It was me and two other mutuals in Toon's server.
Okay.
That we kind of already knew. So those people were good. And then it was somebody that used to be a local here, but hasn't been for a while. Who's kind of inconsiderate of everybody else. He would invite people over to, do the vertical tango or whatever the fuck it's called.
Vertical tango?
The horizontal mambo.
Yeah, horizontal. I don't know why I said
vertical. Vertical can be done, but horizontal is more.
So one of our rules is like, one, if you're going to do that, make sure that it's on your bed, not any of the other people that don't want that happening. Well, it turns out he fucking did it on ours. I wasn't too happy about that. He also didn't tell anybody.
I will say that I kind of understand.
So how did you find out? Just
like I walked in like sometime afterwards, and they said, "Oh yeah, you just like," and they were saying it like sarcastically. It's like, you just missed out on them having the sexy times, and it's like, whose bed? Ours is like, God fucking damn it.
I will say that I understand why, but only the perspective of like, it's my room. I have two beds. Say I only like take up one bed, so I'm going to shoot and do all the nasty stuff.
Right.
The bed that I don't sleep in, and then sleep in the other bed, so that all the cummies and stuff are on this bed. I sleep in the other bed.
There are people that will rent the room next door with a connecting door, and they'll use that room as the fucking room.
This is the fuck room, and this will only be the fuck
This
room.
is the fuck room.
The fucking will only happen here.
But yeah,
I mean, FWA's always had the has always had the tradition or the notoriety of being a very seedy convention.
seedy.
Seedy. Yeah.
Oh, because of really?
Oh
I
yeah.
I thought for sure MFF was.
No.
Really?
More
See?
more people get it on at FWA than any other convention.
No, you know what? I have to disagree. Every convention, I think,
There's
has
always
a
fucking going
pretty
on.
even ratio of
Even Anthrocon.
fucking to like con going on.
There is someone that I knew that got tied up in a bedroom from Thursday to Monday.
Tied
got
up, you say?
banged, tied up,
I'm
on the
all tied up
bed.
right now. I can't come to the door.
literally had fed him chips while he was getting bread for 4 or 5 days straight. Literally didn't have much a break. He literally got fucked every single
How
hour.
do you go to the bathroom?
That yeah. How do
I
you
never-
go to the bathroom?
I never asked him because I did not want to know.
Catheter? I mean,
Ass
Oh,
catheter.
God.
And, oh my god.
in a bucket? I mean, here, aim.
Yeah, but apparently
Who's gonna wipe my butt?
he's had so much sex that he actually doesn't remember a single time he didn't have sex that entire convention.
That I feel like that's a little exaggerated. But I will say this: the more people that go to the convention, the more people will have sex.
That's a given.
Just the sex. to
That
time
is
ratio.
a given.
So, you said it was CD con.
He did. I didn't.
Because a lot of people tell me that a lot of people bang from all over the place. It is the one place where the chosen ones, or I don't even know what the people that people like to bang in usually stay in one room, and the bangers, really
Banger.
the banger, well, really the tops are the ones that actually like go from room to room. They literally form a line outside of a room. They get their turn, and then they pull out, and they go to the next room.
I've got like a really sweaty crotch right now.
Did you go to FWA?
No,
I
should have.
Yeah, you
I
really
would've
should have.
Probably fit right in.
The only drawback,
It's like 150 degrees down here.
150 degrees.
it was really hot there. Oh, anyone though, so I should have probably started in chronological order. My flight to FWA, I actually ran into some people that we know. We were on the same flight, we didn't even know it.
That was with Philco and
Yeah,
Eric.
yep. I didn't even realize that they were going to FWA. They apparently saw that I had tweeted, and like, that's literally our gate. And then they responded back saying, "Why don't you come visit us at the Chili's?" I didn't see it until after they walked like towards the gate.
That's funny.
Then we ended
That's
up
funny.
when we finally landed in Atlanta. We were trying to figure out what train we needed to take to get to the hotel, because there was one that was free and then one that you had to pay for. So I think we may have fucked
Oh my
it up.
god, that smells.
I know. This?
No, that.
Are you
Oh my.
It's this?
Oh. That smells like something you'd find in the men's in like the men's locker
I
room.
don't think this is what you're smelling.
That's totally what I smell. I had a sudden whiff.
I don't like wine mixed with
Ah.
chocolate.
Ah,
I don't think it's this.
it is that.
No,
This actually smells really, really nice.
I think it's my crotch that you're smelling.
I'm not smelling your
That must
crotch,
be a
but
very potent crotch.
It is. I hate it.
this smells nicer. I'm smelling that cup from over here.
I don't think it's that. I think it's this.
Any hoozles.
Any woozles.
I think it's
So-
this right here.
I think we may have fucked up because we ended up taking a train that we did have to pay for. It wasn't a whole lot, but we still had to pay. Still not knowing exactly where it was we were supposed to go. This dude that we thought was legit started directing everybody into these, like, into the nearest rail, like train rail. And then we later found out the guy was actually homeless. This is a bit of advice. If you do go to Atlanta, don't talk to anybody. Don't interact with anybody, because the panhandlers there are really aggressive. Like if you say something like, "Oh, I don't got any money," they're like they will literally point you into the like to the nearest ATM. And if you still won't do that, they'll harass you.
That doesn't sound like just Atlanta though.
Well,
Like,
I
we've
know,
had
but
in
like
Chicago too.
but apparently it's very, very bad in Atlanta.
It's bad in Chicago too.
I wouldn't know. I've never experienced that, but one of the things that happened was he first tells us like, "Yep, this will get you there," and then he later announces to everybody, he's like, "By the way, I'm homeless," and we're like, "Ah, shit," because we had just been told ahead of time not to do this, and then when he found out no one was giving him any money, he started cursing everybody. He's like, "Fuck you all, you motherfuckers," and all that, like going on this massive tangent. And then he finally left, and we're like, "Oh my god, what just happened?" So we had that experience. On a more lighter note, outside of the con venue, this hotel is located in a very like convenient area, because if you wanted to do stuff outside of the con, you have the Coke Museum down the street, like down the road, like a couple blocks. There's a big ass aquarium, which we ended up going to. It's definitely worth a look. They have a big enough habitat for a whale shark. So they had whale sharks, like 2. Certain like around there. Very big area. The only drawback though is that the food court area is really expensive. Not surprising considering that a lot of it's all Coke as well. So like you've got Coke drinks because it's literally right across the street from Coca-Cola. Trying to think what else. We found out that the hotel, you remember that Uniformed History channel that I showed you?
The Armchair Historian?
No, the guy that talks about like uniform patterns and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
So I found out that the hotel we were staying at was literally the one where that unique hotel floor pattern was like came from. And I was like, oh wow, that really is the hotel. This hotel like been around since the 80s, and Dragit Con also is hosted at this event. They actually have an entire parade where people still come in dressed in that camouflage pattern and actually bring patches of it back and place it on the floor. They didn't like get rid of this floor pattern until 2015.
Oh wow.
So it's been a long-standing thing. And then when I was seeing all the archived pictures and whatnot, I was like, yeah, that's literally the main lobby. I was like, I remember having all these escalator problems. It sucked. We also found out that this hotel had also been used in several movies and TV shows. Have you guys watched any of the Marvel shows or movies?
Sort of.
So we found out that this building had been used for the TBA headquarters in the Loki series. And it took me 2 days to realize that. And I was like, oh, that's why this building looks so familiar. It's literally that hotel.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So, all in all, I'd say I definitely want to go back.
I want to go.
Yeah.
I wanted to go because, and this is just me being a fanboy, because that's the origins of my entrance into furry was because of what's his name?
I don't know, but I definitely want to go to MCFC, FWA, and Anthrocon at least
The
once.
Cockroach.
Uncle
I
Kage.
remember seeing interactions between Cockroach and Cooper Time.
Are you talking about Uncle Kage?
Yeah.
I thought that was AC.
Maybe. No. Yes. I don't know. No.
You're talking about
Anthrocon. No, I'm talking about FWA. There's a video from gotta be 10 years ago now, of Cooper Time, which of course that's his closest con, which of course he didn't even get to go to it this year because job situation.
Cooper Tom's from New Jersey.
FW was
No,
Yes.
he's from New Jersey.
I thought for sure he was from New Jersey.
Yeah, actually, the closest thing to him would be Anthrocon.
Anthrocon.
Yep.
Which will be the next con that I go to this summer. Just paid for it, actually.
I hate you.
What?
Anyway,
Oh, you mad?
yeah, bro. You mad, bro?
Cat's
You
mad.
You mad, bro? You mad, bro? Square up.
What's the meme where the sunglasses come down?
Oh,
Deal with it.
Deal with it.
and then you use the Vine. Was it the Vine boom? Like audio is like.
Deal with
Or
it.
I just think of like a katana sound.
Sing.
Like zing. It's like zing. Yeah.
Yo.
Oh. I don't know. Like, I definitely want to go to Anthrocon once, because that's a con that I probably wouldn't be able to do every year. Of like, I'd have to know a bunch of people to make that as cheap as I could make it, so that I'm not like totally, I don't know. Looking at the logistics financially for Anthrocon is just insane. Unless I go for like, a few days, and even still, that's not fun, because if you're going halfway across the country
Yeah.
to go to a convention for just a few days, it makes no sense.
Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh also is. I wouldn't say it's as bad as Atlanta, but there are certain areas you definitely don't want to be alone at night. I found that out the hard way.
I think all cities have a few areas that you just shouldn't be at night.
And the bigger the city, the worse the more bad areas.
Yeah.
Like Chicago, for instance, the whole south side of Chicago is super rough.
I would
North
like
side is
to.
okay.
I would like to actually go to MCFC, because I got invited so many times when it was FCN. Then the first few years of MCFC, also known as McFuckin.
McFuckin.
I had so many opportunities to go both to FWA and FCN / MCFC, but it was always during a time when it was either before
Is
or
that Ferry
after
Connection?
North.
Yeah.
And it was always a time that was either before or after my spring break. It could never fall on my spring break tour that I could get time off to go.
Where is that usually held?
I don't know.
MCFC?
Yeah.
Suburb of Detroit.
Oh, really?
It's just trying to get the time off for it.
I've never been to Detroit.
I've been to Detroit once for a layover because mechanical issues with the airplane that we almost fell out of the sky of. So that's
What?
that's the only that's the only feeling I have about Detroit, was being in limbo for 9 hours and being stuck in a hallway.
Somebody broke the elevator at FWA. I forgot about that.
I'm not surprised. Let's see. Question. What's Fursuit bowling like? Always wanted to go. Is that still a thing nowadays?
Okay,
Yeah, it's still a thing.
So then the bowling alley fur meets are always a mainstay across the country. Yeah, they're actually a lot of fun. Madison has one, which I like to go to that one because it's the only bowl meet still active around. There was one in Kenosha, but the bowling alley for it went belly up officially. So it's sad to say that the bowling alley that I ran my meet at, that we helped actually became more financially stable, is now dead because of the pandemic. So sadly, not everything's able to make it out just fine. But bowl meets are really, really fun because it's just a fun way to just meet up with your friends, locals.
It's usually a lot more relaxed atmosphere than like
Yeah.
a convention, because it's.
I want to go to more meets because it's more relaxed. You can go once a month. Well, actually, it is every month for meets.
When is the next?
Third Saturday of every month.
So we missed it for May.
It was the week. It was last. It's not this past weekend. It's the weekend before. So it's always the third Saturday. in the state, which I'd rather like to go to more of them.
Yep.
Um,
I enjoy Madison.
Madison's not bad.
There's some fun people we have that we know there.
I
I
definitely
should say that go to that
right.
meet, not necessarily all.
So yeah, so it's the thing always, and I don't think it's ever going to change. Bowling actually in fursuit. If you're talking about bowling in fursuit,
Yeah.
I'm not too impressed because I can't see anything.
I can't see anything.
So frankly, I don't think it's worth it.
What the
Bowling in suit because I can't
Yeah.
see, and you don't have enough grip unless you cheat and you take your hand paw off, and then you actually bowl. Then you do a little bit better, but even still, you can't fully see. So
Yeah.
can't really say it's a lot of fun. Going to a bowl meet, yes,
I'm not good at
that's
bowling anyway.
we used to go to that one down in Poplar Creek before they moved it,
Yeah.
which still hasn't happened in a while.
Oh, you mean the? Oh yeah, the MFB.
Yeah, I think that one's kind of dead because everybody else is like, yeah, we don't really go to meets anymore.
Well,
Not that you can anyways, because gas.
not just that. Apparently, there is a local stipulation that meets with over 50 people in attendance cannot happen. That's part of the restrictions in Illinois right now.
What?
Illinois
So
is fun.
that's why that none of these
Illinois
meets
is
are
messed up.
happening. There's a reason why the successor to Volley Bowl meet isn't a thing because one, pandemic officially stopped any advance for it to even start in the first place because they can't even start it.
Are we ever gonna get past that? It's not gonna lie, it's been 3 years.
As far as
COVID.
just going out and do
He
your
said
thing.
the C word.
Literally
He said the C
everybody
word.
everybody that I know, even like the people that were pushing for like vaccines right away, they're like, we don't care, shut up. Like that's why the news won't even talk about it. They're literally like throwing tomatoes and stuff at the news saying, shut the fuck up about COVID. We don't want to hear it
He said the
anymore.
C word again.
We're gonna get banned.
Yeah.
I think because of Illinois local laws regarding meetups of over 50, which Wisconsin had that for about a year, actually for almost a year and a half.
But we don't
So-
anymore.
Well, we don't anymore now, which is actually probably a good thing because honestly, you do need to get out. You do need to socialize. Businesses do need to operate. What are bowling alleys supposed to be? So does that mean 50 people in total at a bowling alley? The bar, the food area, and the bowling lanes themselves, or
I almost guarantee
individual groups? Because I feel like that is a cop-out. I feel like MFB could happen just because that they got to have less than 50 people doesn't mean there's going to be a total of 50 people at that one venue alone.
Well, even so, I don't even think that businesses down in Illinois are really enforcing that rule because they're like, well, who's going to stop us unless somebody actually literally like
Counts.
takes a head count and then reports them to the police.
Honestly, I think whoever runs MFB should just do them, but
They won't.
they're just kind of giving up on it.
Yeah,
Because I know that the people who ran it are focusing on the Fursona pins.
not anymore. As far as I'm aware, they have no association anymore.
Really? Oh, so it's totally dead in the
Well,
water.
I mean, like, so some of the people that were running it for a while, they ended up moving to Milwaukee.
No way. Wait,
Yeah.
who?
Nebs
Nebs?
and their mate.
I don't know.
He's the blue and white circle.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know if they helped, like, if they were the sole runner, but eventually, what's their name? Are they a Roo or a Rabbit? The one with boxing gloves.
Oh,
They're also on F squared staff.
did he also move to Wisconsin?
No,
Oh.
but he took over, and so far they've only managed to do like two meets at the new location that I know of.
And people weren't too fond of it.
I wasn't, like, as far as like retro wise, it's a nice like quiet like
Gazzy
It-
bun. Yeah.
it's a nice little like nostalgic area, but in terms of venue space, like for the rooms,
It's not as efficient or
No.
as spacious as it could be.
it's to put it in perspective, it's smaller than the one that we go to.
In Madison.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of because actually the one in Madison is reasonably spaced for the number of people that do
Mhm.
show up. Yeah, I have a feeling Illinois is going to be a desert for meets for a
People
while.
are going to be like, hey, can we have Downers Grove again?
Well, they got kicked out.
I know, but like something like
What do you
that.
mean got kicked out?
Eventually, Tivoli Bowl says, "Hey, we don't want your group here anymore."
When did that happen?
December of 2019. They told Raz and Odie, "Hey, please don't come back."
Really?
So they got kicked out.
I didn't realize that it ended that abruptly.
Yep. And then in
Bo's
in
already
Jan-
on a decline.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been on the decline for 5 years. Before then, I was telling them to go to. Remember that one bowling alley that we went
The
to,
replacement bowl because we couldn't.
and that I had to sort of run because no one from staff from the other bowl meet showed up.
That was great.
So I was
love
actually
that venue.
so I ended up taking over for the night just to make sure things were okay and whatnot, and getting water and such. And then telling Raz and Odie, yeah, this is a better venue. We need to go to this.
Yeah.
The back area is a bit small, but for fursuit wise, it's perfect.
Yeah.
But beyond that, this was amazing. They didn't take any of that. We were there 3 or 4 times because we were still.
There was
dating.
stairs up to the room, wasn't it?
There were no stairs.
What was the place that had stairs?
Tivoli.
No, I mean stairs up. We were.
You're talking about
upstairs.
Poplar Creek.
Poplar Creek.
But
That was a good venue too. I like Poplar Creek.
Yeah, but according to them at least, they said that they weren't really. It wasn't that they were kicked out, but they never answered any of their phone calls. I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah.
I think they wanted to find someplace else because it was starting to get expensive for them.
So Tivoli kicked out the furries.
And pretty much Poplar Creek Bowl outpriced the other group.
I liked Poplar Creek.
I
did
like that
too.
one too.
That con space was, or
You know
con space. That meat space was so great.
Oh yeah, like even for the amount of people that were always there, you still
Yeah.
had enough room.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I have a feeling that eventually Illinois Furs are going to be making it up here.
Yeah.
Again. Well, we've already seen a couple. Safety now visits Madison.
Yep. After a very, very long time, because they used to go to the meets back in the day when Madison Bowl Meet was a new thing in 2013.
Yeah, I remember when Myron went there.
And then when MFB took off, they all stayed there for obvious reasons. I'm going to assume although yes, we could see a lot of Illinois Furs show up at the Madison meet. I also don't think that's going to happen because, of course, cost of gas.
Oh yeah,
They'd
definitely.
be driving a lot further than anyone else will. So
It's now like close to $5 by me.
Yeah.
I hate it. I've never seen the prices this high before.
Chicago, it's up to $5.50, $5.75.
It was $5.60 in some areas.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
yeah,
These gas prices make me want to 86 myself.
Don't do it. Deal with it.
it's just you got to carpool.
Carpooling.
You're going to be doing a lot of that now. And you're going to have to chip in more than like the average amount. Probably going to have to do double that.
I would, because me and Briggs came back yesterday from Anthony, Ohio, which I still got to do tabulations. Only with him in the car, all the gas that I ended up pumping with him in the car is what I'm going to charge him, and then divide that by half. Because you know what, it's just going to be fair. I still pay for the gas, but he needs to also pay for it too.
So how much did each of you pay?
I'm not exactly sure. I haven't did the tabulations yet because I still got to send it to him.
You said you filled up 3 times.
I filled up 3 times.
So
Let's
granted, probably like 65 each time.
So this was okay. So $38 here. I'm gonna do some sort of mental math. Hold on. It's 38.
Is that average for filling up your car?
No, because I preemptively filled up
Oh, so you
before
had-
heading to Chicago
So you didn't have an empty tank. You were
because I didn't want to.
a little under half.
So 38.49. 139. So, hold on, let me do some math. Hold on.
76, 77.
38, 39, 49 is $126 divided by 2. No,
So 63 per person.
$63 of
That's not
gas.
bad for 2 people.
I may as well send that to
for
him
an
right away.
entire- For like the entire trip there and back.
Right.
That's not awful.
But it's something that's going to have to, like me going to firm meets. I'm just going to have people pay me after the event. I'm not going to have them paid before or like during, because I think people want to have fun. So I understand that. But let's say if I'm going to a firm meet and I'm having a bunch of people come with me, I'm going to say, okay, the number of people in the car, and if I have to fill up, you pay for whatever that amount divide by the people in the car, and that way it's just better, because it's getting to the point where we're going to have to do that. Hell, all the people that I know and all the people that I've heard that drive pickup trucks are now trying to buy smaller cars without selling their pickup truck. It's like, okay, you say that your truck gets bad fuel economy, which, wow, how did you come up with that? And now you want to buy. I want to buy a car that's got a V6 and does 30 miles to the gallon. It's got to be old. It's like, okay, you're not going to find anything, because everything back in the 80s does an average of 23 to 28, which is good for back then. Still kind of meh today. I even think the Cavalier needs a new fuel injector, because I don't think it's actually spraying that very well, because I'm still getting about 25 when I probably should maybe be getting up to like 30. I don't know. It's just, there's going to be a lot more furs coming from all over going to fur meets, as they should, because it's fun, because you got to do something to break the monotony, right? But now you're going to have to be carpooling together, which I've always been fond of carpooling anyway, because you get to hang out with your friends to and from.
And if you're doing a long drive,
it's nice to have friends with you along the way. That is if you're not fursuiting, which at that point, if gas really stays around 5, probably not going to fursuit as much. I'd rather fill up my car with as many people as possible, and rather just go with 4 people in the car. Or if I am bringing my fursuit, no one else is able to bring their own fursuit. Or you put everything in the trunk, but yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of a mess.
Yeah.
But it's getting to the point where carpooling is becoming imperative, and chipping in for gas is now going to be routine. Back in 2012, I didn't ask any of my friends to pay for gas when gas was this much money.
Well, even then, it was like, for the most part, I think chipping in for gas has always been kind of routine, especially if you're traveling in a group. It's just that now it's probably going to be way more now, just to cover all the...
However, of all the friends that I was with 10 years ago around this time when gas was this expensive, actually exactly 10 years ago, I was the only one of my friend group would be working at $8.50 an hour and being totally bankrupt every month going to firm meets, because I was the only one who could afford the gas, and none of my friends had any money to pay me. But I still went to firm meets. I could have gone by myself and still just do fine, but having to pick up other people along the way cost money. Yeah. Nowadays, it's like, yeah, I can easily afford this gas, but it'd be better if people chipped in. So it's cheaper for me. People still pay, but it's still cheaper in the long run for everyone if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's just something we have to do. Like back in the 1970s, people carpooled because you know what? You had to.
Yeah, the energy crisis, you had lineups for gas. You kind of see that now in some areas.
Wait, we're seeing that?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Where at?
My gas station.
People are lining up. around the block.
Yeah,
for...
they're either doing that or they're circling around long enough until somebody leaves their space. A lot of it has to do with a bunch of asshats forgetting that, once you, like, it's not a requirement, but you even hear when you go inside the Pilot gas station, they say, when you're done filling up your tank,
drive off
yeah,
and park somewhere
like-
else so someone else can fuel up.
yeah, and these people don't do it. And what a surprise, a lot of them are from out of state.
I think it's just more a common decency sort of thing, or just consideration. Most people aren't considerate of each other. If it were in the middle of nowhere or on a not so busy evening and there's almost no one around, I'll keep my car where it is. But if it's going to be a pretty busy station, you'd be better off driving off, park somewhere else,
Yeah.
and then go inside.
Like, if
because-
you want to get your snacks later, that's fine. Fill up your gas and then leave.
Yep.
There are parking spaces.
But to think that there are people waiting in line for gas is harrowing back to the 70s, because that's when waiting for gas was bad. And it was all gas guzzlers. It was all land yachts.
Because you couldn't.
And not only then, you were only limited to 5 gallons. So every car had to get rationed 5 gallons of fuel, because eventually they're going to run out of gas, which, if it gets to that, I'm quite glad I have the car that I have. But oh my God, that whatever car, which is why I think you'll be better off keeping the car that you have for as long as you can, because I don't think cost of what's on the lot now is going to go down. I don't think it'll ever go down, because now pickup trucks and SUV drivers that normally drive vehicles that they don't have more than one person than themselves in, they're buying cars now left and right because they realize, I can't afford the gas in the Sierra anymore, so I got to go buy a car now. It's like, that means you didn't need a truck to begin with in the first place. Just when the U.S. market decides to axe as many sedans and hatchbacks as they can is the very moment they realize people can't afford the current market of models that they have now. So
I feel like if I should have bought a new car, I should have done it three and a half years ago before COVID hit.
I got lucky with mine.
Yeah.
I bought mine October of 2019.
Just like I feel like I should have sold that house after COVID hit. We could have gotten double the cost of it.
I didn't think about that, but yeah.
I just got rid of it as quickly as I could because I wanted to get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, it's all retrospect now.
It is.
I think you'd be better off keeping your car on the road as long as you physically can. Loaf on your money.
Yeah.
If your car does crap out, we'll find you a better used car, but not a new car, or a slightly new car. I think you'd be better off buying something as cheap but manageable as you can that doesn't require a lot of work. Even an 8-year-old car.
Like something that Eric got.
If you can find something like that.
How much did he pay for that? 6K, 7K?
10.
10K was it? That's still not bad.
However, a lot of those cars are in demand, so they get bought up.
Yeah.
So I think you'd be better off
If we can get lucky.
I think you'd be better off keeping your car as long as you can until it does crap out.
Yeah.
It's like with my car. I don't think I'll be looking at another car anytime soon. And definitely going to be taking good care of it too.
Yeah.
You talking about your Kia or
My
you talking
Kia.
about your Cavalier or
Oh,
both?
actually, the Cavalier and the Skylark I'm always keeping. That's no doubt. But the Kia, I have a general rule that I'm going to keep a car till 14 years or like 160,000 miles, then I start looking for something else. It's not to say that a car couldn't go beyond that. In fact, there's a lot of cars that have more than 250,000 miles. It might be possible that I might be keeping this car to 200,000 just so I can get as much use out of it, maybe 15, 20 years. And I like the car. As long as I can keep rust off the body, which is going to be the biggest hurdle. Mechanically, I can throw money at the car. It's just structurally, it would be hard. So let's actually talk about something else. Let us talk about cactusing.
Cactusing.
Okay, Cat, explain.
So if you're laying there naked and your mate comes in like between the thigh area, chin first, and their
And then there's scruff.
scruff is not fully grown out,
Oh,
but
It's
pretty
still pointy.
pointy.
And then just shoves the chin directly into the balls
And gooch.
and gooch. And it's called cactus.
That's called cactusing.
We invented it.
We did. We don't partake in cactusing anymore, at least not of each other, but
No, but
we still talk about it on a regular basis.
dude, yeah. Oh, the cactusing.
I think we should actually cut this short because I got to shower. And I think he wants to eat food.
yeah, I haven't eaten
Alright.
yet.
I think
I
we
may as
should.
well.
We've been going a good hour and a half.
An hour and plus the 13 minutes on the other podcast.
Yeah.
I figure, given how late this is, really I would rather want to do this on like a weekend day or a day off where we could, relax and do this
Do you
for
still
2
you
hours.
work weekends at all?
Just Saturday.
You're off Sunday?
Typically, yeah.
Okay.
But this new scheduling that they have us do, might make me a little less tired. Who knows? It's taking some getting used to yet.
What is it now? What are
It's
you
4 to
working?
8.
4 p.m. to
No,
4 a.m. to 8?
so I get to sleep in a little later.
Wait, 4 a.m. to 8 a.m.?
Uh-huh.
Just 4 hours?
Yeah, it's always been 4 hours. I'm part-time there.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Ugh. Yeah, I used to go in at 4 o'clock too.
Yeah,
It
I-
definitely takes some getting used to.
I had to wake up at 1:30 beforehand.
That's horrible. Like, why even go to bed?
Honestly, like
Sleep after work.
currently right now, I still kind of prefer being up at 1:30. But the reason they switched is because they can't justify keeping us for that long when there's barely any volume coming around at that time. So they
Yeah.
decided, all right, let's like roll it back a bit so that way we have a little more volume to work with. Because otherwise you're just kind of standing there with your hands in your pockets, just kind of shooting the breeze, wanting something to do or leave.
Yeah. God, that was this weekend. This past weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Everybody in my plant went home like 4 hours after the shift started.
Mm.
And we had off Monday. So it was like a 3.5 day weekend, almost a 4-day weekend. Now it's super crunch time. Like, we have all this shit to do. And now, as of today being done, we only have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to get it done. So that's my job.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's-
welding now.
Oh, you're welding?
Yeah.
You got the blast shield and
I'm welding, I'm sanding, I'm painting. And when I talk about painting, we do powder paint,
powder paint.
where it's like sprayed on like a heavy powder, and then it's conveyed into a oven, and the paint is just baked on.
Never heard of that.
We have magnets. Any stray paint that like doesn't land on sinks or whatever we're painting, the magnets pull the powder into the pockets. There's 6 magnets that go off. It sounds like kind of a dud firework that goes off. Like each time a magnet pulls paint in.
Huh.
It's pretty interesting.
So think about the times. I just got invited to a local group chat that is all about carpooling. So it's getting to that point where now we have organized carpools, which technically is still a good thing. But yeah, it's, I don't know. Just wanted to kind of mention that.
Okay. I think we should end.
Yeah.
Get him
Alright.
food. Give me
Getting
a
tired.
shower.
I could probably start sewing a few things, at least start to sew on things, because me and Wolf are going to a reenactment in Peoria, and it's probably going to be warm and
Second event for me.
second event, and should really, I don't know, I should look back at how many events have gone so far. I'll have to make a list of that at some point. But yeah, so it'd be fun to get out doing FurryCon one weekend and then reenacting another. So hey, I guess it's all fun and games, and so anyway, I'm feeling a little bit tired myself, but I could still do a few more things. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Zooming Hoosk podcast. Would have been a little bit longer, but busy lives and lives of floof. So you know what? It's okay. I am your host, Dustin the Husky.
I've been your Curdan Sourpuss.
And your guest, Wolf.
Thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we'll do this a lot more sooner, but more frequently. Life kind of gets insane, and of course it's summertime, so we're all going to be out and about. So
Yes,
Yeah.
summer.
the Californians.
Deal with it.
And thank you, Alpha, for showing up to our episodes. As always, thank you. You're fantastic. And we will catch you on the next episode. See you next time.
See ya.